Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about California, their zero-emission mandates, the electrification of the entire state, and how this would affect the rest of the country. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming. And let's talk California electrification, zero-emission vehicles, and all the plans they have for the future. Now, a utopian future is a wonderful thought experiment. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to move forward. And in the process, by the time we get to this said future, we may just destroy the entire country. At least half the country agrees with that statement. Now, it all started with California's governor, Gavin Newsom's 2020 order, which mandates that all new vehicles sold in California, they must be zero emission by 2035 for cars, trucks, SUVs, light vehicles, things like that, and 2045 for all semi-trucks. Now, furthermore, there were some EPA regulations that we've talked about in past videos as well. I'll try to dig those videos up and leave you little cards in the corner. You guys can revisit those as well. But ultimately, what this comes down to is that there are a lot of states within the country that completely disagree with this and actually went to court to sue the state of California. Multiple states led by the great state of Nebraska, which holds a special place in my heart. I lived there for a year in Lincoln, Nebraska. We have a couple offices opened up there. We just renovated actually a brand new location for us with a whole bunch of nifty, cool add-ons and bells and whistles and things like that. So stop by our office if you're ever in Lincoln. Love to have you. But ultimately, Nebraska was leading this case. There was a total of 17 states, including Nebraska, that are suing California, and they're basically arguing that it can't regulate out-of-state truck emissions. So basically, the MC number allows you to commence in interstate commerce as long as you follow the FMCSA, FMCSR, the regulations. It gives you the opportunity to do so, and by regulating those states. By regulating state vehicles and saying that in state it has to be this way, that cuts out the rest of the industry that may or may not be able to afford or even get their hands on an electric truck, or it may or may not be even economically feasible or even make any sense. So there are also some additional separate lawsuits that challenge the EPA's 30% electric truck mandate, which passed in March. Interestingly enough, the California Trucking Association actually sued the state of California, so it's coming in from the inside, and all of the argument is actually pretty straightforward. They're basically saying a few things, and we've talked about these things in the past, but it's worth revisiting. Electric trucks have a very limited range. They might be okay for local stuff, but certainly not for long haul, certainly not for OTR. Their payload capacity for electric vehicles, electric trucks, definitely begs for more, and it definitely hinders the long distance hauling potential of these things, where the infrastructure is not there. There's a real lack of charging stations that creates logistical challenges for these companies to move along and actually get this freight delivered, say, from one coast to another. Now, there's also the issue of high cost electric trucks being a trickle-down effect to consumer costs, which are already strapped for cash, working 2 or 3 jobs just to keep their head above water. We have a weak economy, we have high inflation, we have a very weak employment sector. Our unemployment's through the roof, and there's a major issue with strained electrical grid concerns, which raise concerns about feasibility. Again, is this feasible, or is this just a pipe dream at the end of the day? Ultimately, disruptions to the supply chain would be felt throughout the country. Let's not forget, 30% of all U.S. imports arrive in California ports. Cutting out the rest of the country from California would only force either other states to comply with similar rules and make mandate similar rules, or basically we wouldn't do business with California. And how is that even possible with all the produce coming out of there, with all the stuff coming in there through the California ports, all the international freight from China, Singapore, basically different parts of Asia, Europe, Africa, everything's coming through there. Now, we do have other ports, but you can't cut out 30% of the U.S. imports and then expect everything to be honky-dory. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. If you get a chance, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to switch over the camera. We'll look over the loads that we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Guys, this week we have vans and reefers. It's still a struggle. Rates are hard to come by. Loads are hard to come by, but our guys somehow managed through hard work and perseverance to be able to get some of these guys making some really, really good money. Gonna go ahead and start off with Junior. Coming out in his reefer out of Marion, Michigan, going to Salisbury, North Carolina. It's a 43,000 pound load of palletized potatoes in totes. Temperature was set at 45 degrees continuous on a reefer. 769 loaded miles booked at $2,300. Got him $299 a loaded mile. Then Morganton, North Carolina to Cleveland, Ohio. It's a 40,000 pound load of fresh chicken. 26 degrees continuous on a reefer, 516 loaded miles booked at $1,600. Got him $310 a loaded mile. Finished off at a Grove City, Ohio, going to Doral, Florida. It's a light load, 12,000 pounds, one pick, one drop, medical supplies. It's 39 to 46 degrees on the reefer, and it was pre-cooled to 39 degrees at loading. 1,154 loaded miles, booked at $2,450, got him $212 a loaded mile. And that was it. He ran for 7 days, a week on the road, Monday to Monday, $6,350 in gross, ran 2,461 loaded miles at an average of $258 $260 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, Junior. Excellent job. Solo reefer, did a great job and ended up in Florida. Hopefully you can take the weekend off. Next, let's take a look. We got Shelby with a dry van coming out of Burnside, Kentucky, going to Albertville, Alabama. It's a 38,000 pound load of charcoal, 247 loaded miles booked at $900. Got him $364 loaded mile. Then Boaz, Alabama, going to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's a 40,000 pound load of door slab components, 472 loaded miles booked at $980. Got him $208 a loaded mile. Then out of St. Gabriel, Louisiana, coming out to Nampa, Idaho, long run. 44,000 pound load of liquid fertilizer and tanker endorsement was required on this one. 2,032 loaded miles booked at $4,400. Got him $217 a loaded mile on a ton of miles. 6 days on the road. Shelby ran from Tuesday to Monday. Gross $6,280 in gross, 2,751 loaded miles. An average of $228 per loaded mile average. And get this, only 22 miles in deadhead in total. Amazing. Excellent job, sir. Excellent job. Next, we got another reefer. This time it's Milagres coming out of Roswell, New Mexico, going to Mount Sterling, Kentucky with a 40,000 pound load of dairy products. Temperature was at -10 to 10 degrees, variable, 1,350 loaded miles booked at $3,000. Got him $222 a loaded mile. Then Louisville, Kentucky, going to Lebanon, Illinois with a 35,000 pound load of food products. Temperature controlled, again, -10 to about 10 degrees. A continuous 248 loaded miles at $1,000. Got him $403 a loaded mile. Then Germantown, Illinois, going to Cortland, Indiana with a 42,000 pound load of eggs. Temperature was 35 degrees on that one. 221 loaded miles booked to $650. Got him $294 a loaded mile. Finished off strong. Right out of Greenfield, Indiana, going to Northeast Maryland. It's a 34,000 pound load of food products. 20 degrees on the reefer, 606 loaded miles booked at $1,900. Got him $314 a loaded mile. An excellent job. A week on the road. Milagres grossed $6,550. Ran 2,425 loaded miles at an average of $270 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, Milagres. Way to go, sir. Next up, we got Ryan in a dry van coming out of Harold, South Dakota, going to Oswego, Illinois with a 43.5 load of food products. 766 loaded miles booked at $1,500. Got him just under $2 at $1.96. Then Manuka, Illinois to Cambridge City, Indiana with a 40,000 pound load of food and grocery items. 246 loaded miles booked to $725. Got him $295 a loaded mile. Then Indianapolis, Indiana to Memphis, Missouri. That's a 45,000 pound load of beverages. 348 loaded miles booked at $800. Got him $230 a loaded mile. Then Fort Madison, Iowa to Kenosha, Wisconsin with a 10,000 pound load of metal food packaging. 300 miles booked to 600 bucks, got him $2 on the dot. Then Burlington, Wisconsin to Lake, Kansas at a 35.5 load of school supplies. It's all palletized, 556 loaded miles booked at 1,100 bucks, got him again under $2 at $1.98 a loaded mile. Finished off super strong out of Kansas City, Missouri, going to Hoxton, Colorado. It's a 43,000 pound load of fibers and threads and yarns and stuff like that. 537 loaded miles booked at $1,700, got him $317 a loaded mile on a good amount of miles. So excellent job there, sir. Ryan ran for a week from Thursday to Thursday. Gross 64.25 on his week, ran 2,753 loaded miles at an average of 233 a loaded mile as a solo regular drive-in. 7 days on the road. Excellent job, sir. Next, moving on to Justin in his regular drive-in coming out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, going to Fremont, Nebraska. Light load, 21,000 pounds of bypass prefabs, 427 loaded miles at 800 bucks. Got him $1.87 a loaded mile. Then out of Omaha, Nebraska to Carlsbad, California, took another light load of 16,000 pounds of plastic articles. 1,633 loaded miles booked at 2,500 bucks. Got him $1.53 on that one, and they finished off strong out of San Diego, California, going all the way to Aurora, Colorado. It's a 42,000 pound load of paint. 1,091 loaded miles booked at 3,250. Got him $298 a loaded mile. Raised up the average and ended up getting them into a good spot. So Monday to Monday, 65.50 on his gross. Ran 3,151 loaded miles at an average of 208 a loaded mile, and that's all with the $1.87 and a $1.53 and everything. A good load will get your averages up, and he had a lot of light loads. So an excellent job, 65.50 for the week, 208 a loaded mile at 3,151 a loaded mile. Excellent job, sir. Justin, way to go. Let's take a look. And last but not least, we got Mike with his drive-in coming out of Omaha, Nebraska, going to Denver, Colorado. Light load, 30,000 pounds of mowers, 22 mowers to be exact. 539 loaded miles booked at 1,600 bucks, got him $297 a loaded mile there. Then out of Aurora, Colorado, they did a great job moving them to Billings, Montana. Light load, 8,000 pounds of domestic appliances, super light. 566 loaded miles booked at $1,250, got him $221 a loaded mile. And they finished off at Dillon, Montana, coming out to Ocala, Florida. It's a 35,000 pound load of hay, 2,415 loaded miles booked at $4,100, got him $1.70 coming out there as well. So a week on the road, Monday to Monday, 3,481 loaded miles. Ran that an average of $1.97 a loaded mile, ended up grossing $6,950 in his week. Excellent job, Mike. Way to go, sir. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around. Guys, as you can see, the struggle is real. It's becoming increasingly more and more difficult to find you guys quality freight, quality loads, run you guys very efficiently, effectively, be able to, pivot you from market to market, from lane to lane, from broker to broker. We know you guys have it really, really tough. We have a lot of drivers under our MC with our fleet that are leased on as owner operators. We have a lot of carrier customers operating under their own MC authority, and we hear from you guys every single day. It's becoming more and more difficult to run profitably. That's where we come in. We handle everything for you guys from the beginning, from paperwork, packets, negotiation, credit checks, insurance certificates, billing and invoicing. We handle all of that, and you work directly one-on-one with your own dispatcher who's working with you and not against you. So if you're not making this kind of money in today's market, then certainly get in touch with us by calling or texting us at 801-448-6363. You can also visit us online at aftdispatch.com or leave us a comment in a comment section below. We'll be very happy to get in touch with you, answer all your questions, and hopefully, if it's a right fit, get you guys started. Until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Bye-bye.